is Sky Fire News, the best UFO show on the internet. Sky Fire News is on the internet. Sky Fire News. Fire News. Fire News. Yes, sir. Sky Fire News, the best UFO show on the internet. Sky Fire News is on the internet. This is Sky Fire News, the best UFO show on the internet. Sky.
There's no use in running, he's already here. Richard Downey, I can't believe a thing he told me, but I can't stop listening closely to Richard Downey. Ex-wife to execute a plan to remove the children from a woman who dared to take a stand for something she believed in. Let me tell you something I believe in. Oh Lord, there is no comparing to the embarrassment of just being Darren Reed. He called CPS on a single mom who never did anything to deserve it. I wouldn't piss on Darren Reed.
No man named UFO Shane. He has 58 laptops. I'm not joking. He has 62 laptops. He knows more than you about everything. He's got more to do. He's UFO Shane. He's got the plan. His alcohol percentage insane. He has 83 laptops. I'm not joking, he has 96 laptops. So many laptops. Says my man, Shane has 48, 9 fucking portable computers in his domicile. What the that? Stop sending UFO Shane tabs. He's running out of space.
My birthday, friends all around. I should feel lucky, but I looked at my phone and seen that Gary Nolan blocked me. What the hell? How does he even know about me? The cake comes out, everyone is smiling. I know I should be happy too, but I'm dying. Cause Gary Nolan blocks me. The world is crumbling all around me. I wanted Gary to tell me why he shared Chris Bartell's brain scans on TV. It's my birthday, friends all around. I should feel lucky, but I looked at my phone and seen that Gary Nolan blocked me. What the hell? How does he even know about me? The cake comes out, everyone is smiling. I know I should be happy too, but I'm dying. I'm fucking dying. Because Gary Nolan blocks me. The world is crumbling all around me. I wanted Gary to tell me what aliens are planning. And I can't blow out my candles because of all of these scans. And I can't blow out my candles because of all of these scandals. It's a shame. I brought all my homies to the stage, and now I'm getting contact in the desert. We'll give an icy bitch my sweater. Don't start scenes at some kind of internal temperature regulation system or some shit. Move back, Travis, walk, nothing go way too high. You could just saw Michael A. Black in the back doing lines. Where the fuck is Kim Ball? Where the hell is Red? Someone saw craft over Ashley's bed. Melinda Les's face, I got 6 green lasers, and I'm pointing in that space. And I'm fucked up, and I'm fucked up, and I'm fucked up. I made contact in the desert, had nearly anything temperature. I thought star seeds at some kind of internal temperature.
Fire. Yes, sir. Skyfire News.
Welcome to the show. Everyone, I was laughing hysterically at Phil Schneider being alive again. I really was. It is a heat wave over here on the West Coast, and we're living it up. There's been some breaking news that just took place like minutes before we were going to start the show, and so we're kind of preparing for that. Okay, I'm glad I'm not muted or something. Okay. Lou Elizondo has come out with a statement that I thought was kind of wild. So, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but I'm actually really, really interested in why he said it, what's going on, are other whistleblowers being threatened, what's happening? We also got some UFO clips to go over with you guys. Red Panda will be in here in no time. Okay, I guess the Phil Schneider guy might not be the best of peeps, so he's out. He's out. Sorry, Phil. Keep it within the lines. Phil. Red, how you doing, man?
Good. I don't know what's up with my camera. It's I was pretty sure it's charging. It might be the heat. I don't know.
Heat wave. We'll call it the heat wave.
But yeah, this Lou Elizondo statement, quite the bombshell, quite the development going on here. Dude, it's wild. And yeah, we do have some UFO videos, but this just broke. I'm still processing it. What does it even mean? Chat, what do you guys think Lou Elizondo meant by his statement? Like, what is happening right now in ufology? Obviously, we don't want to see anyone hurt or harmed or anything like that. You know what I mean? So, prayers out there for Lou. Yeah, I'm excited to. I'm not excited, but I want to dive into this. This is wild.
And I think it goes without saying that no one wants to see anyone hurt. This is UFOs, right? But he's a government guy. Could he be being threatened by people who want to keep UFOs a secret? Is he fighting a real enemy, or is there a phantom there? What do you think, Red?
I think I'm gonna dissect it. And I was thinking about this before the show as I was reading. I was like, I'm gonna go at this from two angles. I'm gonna go at this from the UFO disclosure, bro, Lou crew angle, right? Which I think there is. But we're gonna cover some statements from Melon, from Grush, about physical threats to people within this subject, right? But I'm also gonna go the RPK crazy guy route and maybe look at some of Lou's past behaviors. And you know, it's not. Have we seen this yet?
Let him cook.
No. Not every day we see someone say, "I'm not suicidal," or you don't have to. And it's not every day we see someone say, "I'm not partaking in any illegal activities." You know what I mean? Like, if you see any news coming out about me partaking in illegal activities, I am not doing that. So, do you want to read it too, or should I?
I can read it. But what is this?
Hell yeah.
To add insult to injury, what's the first part of this? Is it just like a statement? Like, and what's the context? Who did he make the statement to? Is this a tweet, or is this through Matt Ford?
This is and Lou Elizondo's known to do this. We've watched multiple times on this show. He calls into Fessler's show. He'll have Linda Thompson go on Spaced Out Radio and read a statement. He's given statements before to Matthew Ford, and that's fine. Right, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. I'm glad that he has media that he could, when he needs something out, he could get it out. So, yeah, this was on the Matt Ford show, and I guess we could read it through, and then we can watch the clip of Matt Ford and how he introduces it and some of the stuff he says on both sides of the statement. But let's read it first.
All right, here we go. To add insult to injury, I was notified yesterday that there may be a personal threat against myself and several other whistleblowers formerly associated with the UAP effort for the U.S. government. As such, I would like to make this perfectly clear to the American people. I am not prone to accidents. I am not suicidal. I am not abusing drugs. I am not engaged in any illicit activities. If something happens to me or my family members in the future, you will know what happened. Damn.
So, let's just dissect it line by line first. I'm down because this is a. Oh shoot! Let me put on my headphones too. But yeah, to add insult to injury, I don't know what this is even. What's the? Do you know what this is referencing? Insult to injury. Like, did something happen recently with Lou? The last thing I remember is his book. Mad about the error report with everyone. I don't remember anything like crazy happening in Lou world recently, but to add insult to injury, I was notified yesterday that there may be personal threat against myself and several other whistleblowers formerly associated with the UAP effort for the U.S. government. And you know what? I'll just say this now too. I actually heard this in a space, and I think our lovely Logan is going to be getting us that audio soon. But apparently, and you know, Game Tech Politics on Twitter, just a brief rundown. He has good scoops, usually non-UFO scoops, usually political ones that usually end up coming true. And it's like, damn, you got some good sources there. He had said that James Fox was actually scheduled to go on Rogan, and he turned it down because of physical threats. So I'm wondering if these are tied. Again, this is a trust me, bro, to the 10th degree. Most of you guys probably don't even know who Game Tech Politics is. Chupa, you're familiar with him, right? Maybe. Okay. Well, he said that. James has made some weird statements recently. That's just what comes to mind when I hear this, because when I think of recent physical threats, I think of this. I also do think a little bit of Jason Sands, our friend Rob Wood. He's spoken about this openly in Spaces, the one who hosted the space. After the space, he got some weird threats and like DMs and stuff like that. So I'm a true believer in the UFO cover-up. I do think these kinds of things happen.
Absolutely. There's so many reports of it. Strange phone calls, strange mail, you know what I mean? Weird scams, you know, all that stuff is part of it. That increases after you engage with these people, well, certain people in the community. Crazy.
Lil Popper says Lou just doing publicity stunts to sell his book. But that's what we're going to cover after. We're going true believer mode and then conspiracy red mode of is this just some kind of shock to the system and maybe to get ahead of a narrative? Is it really what's going on here? But let's just continue first. As such, I would like to make this perfectly clear to the American people. Okay. So, I want the audience to think, what is he trying to get ahead of with these following statements? I am not prone to accidents. I am not suicidal. So there he's talking about like threats of murder, right, Tupa? Would you agree?
No doubt. He's saying I'm not suicidal. If I end up dead, you know, to look for some reason. But he also says I'm not abusing any drugs, and I'm not engaged in any illicit activities. Like he would be framed
I'm
or
not
something.
abusing drugs. So he's also concerned about, I guess, news coming out that he is abusing drugs, right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Or could that be like a cause of death, right? Like if he supposedly died of some, you know.
Okay, fair. Yeah, that's a good point too. But what about this one though? I am not engaged in any illicit activities. What does that sound like he's preparing to get ahead of, or that he hears might be coming through the pipeline?
He has been associated with a lot of different things going on in the community, but I don't know if it's weird that he would blend those two things, right? Like, what's that about? Why blend them? Illicit activities. Again, it could be a way to say, like, you know, I'm not in a life of crime. I don't live a dangerous lifestyle. There's no reason why my life should be at risk. So if something happens, you know, look into it, kind of thing. It's still there for me, but still, illicit activities. Could lying up? I don't know. This is strange. This is strange. Who do you think would threaten his life? What kind of game is that? What play would that do? What would that solve? So strange.
Yeah, and you know, disclosure, bro. It's about his disclosure efforts. Maybe it's about his book. That's maybe getting ahead of the book. But like, he released those videos in 2017. Since then, he's done a lot of lobbying, but that's kind of been steady. There's not a shock to the system that I can see, other than maybe the upcoming book, that would elicit whatever perceived threat he's looking at. Right? Do you get what I'm saying? It's not like he just dropped another new video and now this is happening. It's like, what's happened recently that would make him think this? If something happens to me, okay, yeah, go for it, too.
I mean, the people he associates himself with are kind of imploding, right? We've seen it from like the Ozark conference to, you know, the people he's following. Cahill saying the thing about the router. These guys are always on edge, right? There's always some weird kind of embarrassing thing happening around him. So that's strange too. But it also, you know, it reminds me of what Rather Be Squidding said a while ago. You know, it's almost like a call to arms too for his people, his followers, his most devout followers.
Oh yeah, and we'll get into that for sure.
Crazy.
If something happens to me or my family members in the future, you will know what happened. So now he's also invoking his family. Zondo is a whistleblower in my book, and they're trying to silence him, like it or not. Says I'm very open to that. We're gonna watch some clips, like I said, of Grush, of Melon talking about literally physical threats. So I am open to it. I do want to discuss both possibilities, though. Let me see. Is my internet just like so bad right now? I'm trying to share. I think we should watch how Matt Ford introduced it, right? So yeah, so based on the statement, though, whoever is threatening him, his life, threatening to make accuse him at least of illegal activities, is also threatening his family, and it looks like potentially the families of other whistleblowers, right? So very, very concerning and interesting development. Let's go ahead and watch how Matt Ford of the Good Trouble Show, friend of the show, introduced this statement.
This final statement from Lou Elizondo is absolutely the most disturbing thing. Quote, to add insult to injury, I was notified yesterday that there may be a personal threat against myself and several other whistleblowers formerly associated with the UAP effort for the U.S. government. As such, I would like to make this perfectly clear to the American people. I am not prone to accidents. I'm not suicidal. I'm not abusing drugs. I am not engaged in any illicit activities. If something happens to me or my family members, of my family members in the future, you will know what happened.
And we got a beautiful super chat. Uh-oh. I guess I should have maybe ran to it first, but oh my gosh.
So nowadays I'm all about the fatty. You better get some. Too busy hating, ain't getting none. Me, I'm all about the fatty. Ain't getting none. Me, I'm all about the fatty. Yeah, they ain't ready for.
Rick Roberts says, love Lou. However, his tweets have ramped up as well as he is constantly being talked about. Seems like a great PR stunt to increase book sales. That's definitely an interesting take. Definitely you...
Lou's agent is on, or manager or something. He's on Twitter, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I think so. Let's finish this up because he says some interesting things at the end.
You will know what happened. I want everybody to just stop and think for a moment about that statement from Lou Elizondo. I mean, this is coming from a former high-ranking and decorated member of the intelligence community, a guy much like David Grush and others that have literally sacrificed everything for this country. People like Lou Elizondo and David Grush that have in many ways thrown away their career, thrown away literally everything to put country before themselves, country in many ways before their families.
I am not suicidal, Lou. Okay, let me see. And he did mention Grush, and so this has come up a few times with Grush. Let's watch this.
Joe Rogan on his podcast, and you said something that really took me aback. You said that you believed that the United States government has killed people for trying to go public with a story. Really?
Those are concerns that scientists in the program that are known to me, presented that to myself, but I did direct them to the appropriate authorities on that. That's something that I don't know firsthand. That's something they espouse because of the serious nature of that. I directed them to the appropriate authorities, such as the Inspector General staff and law enforcement. So I can't speak to that because that's something that they espoused, and I directed them to the right authorities.
Other people were worried about that, not you.
I had some unique things happen in my personal life that, were some of the causal factors for me to file a complaint, some things that my wife and I had noticed, some intimidation. I can't get into the exact nature. I did provide that information to the Inspector General, and hopefully they referred it to appropriate federal law enforcement and counterintelligence personnel, but I can't discuss that publicly because of the sensitive nature of that for my own protection and for the integrity of the investigation.
Yeah, because if you really believe that the government has done that in the past with people who've tried to expose this UFO program, why are you still alive? You've done more to expose it than anyone else.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I went public, and certainly I was shown that they can touch me at any time, and that's what led me to not only contact my former agencies, counterintelligence folks with what I witnessed, and I provided evidence to that fact, but filed the complaint. And certainly going public was the appropriate move for me for my own protection. So
Grush is saying not only remember, and then for everyone who doesn't know, David Grush, former member of the UAP task force created by Congress to investigate these claims, was the NRO liaison. So he was literally tasked by Congress, by the American people, to investigate these claims. And in that capacity, with all these extra clearances and accesses, he was told by various scientists that he says were affiliated or even part of the program that, yes, the government has killed people over this subject. And he even said he was threatened or felt had some harsh reprisals. And remember, even too, but do you remember this now? It's all coming full circle. Remember the Mellon text, right?
Between Kirkpatrick and Mellon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where they were even thinking Kirkpatrick might be one of the guys that's like behind some of this stuff. Isn't this all so weird? Isn't it weird?
I think Grush is being lied to.
It's all so weird.
The harassment and the threats, the intimidation, danger to people's lives. That's crazy. The silence machine is that serious. I mean, a lot of us aren't shocked by that, but still, to get that kind of confirmation, pretty wild.
Here's another clip I like to, when you think of just like the modern era, right? Because everyone's like, oh yeah, like something kind of fishy happened with James McDonald. Something kind of fishy happened with James Forrestal in 1949 or whatever. What are some other like deaths? Something kind of fishy happened with Carla Turner. You know what I mean? But
was it Ning Lee, the gravity researcher?
Yeah, and that's my point. Like, it's not just a history thing. Like, this was 2 years ago, I think. And listen to what Mellon says here.
Is that the U.S. recovered either an object that landed. One of the allegations is that the U.S. recovered either an object that landed and was left undamaged or something that was crashed, maybe more than one occasion, and that the material was provided to some of our aerospace companies that build our most advanced aircraft and so forth, for them to try to research and understand. And therefore, that may be a source of knowledge and information, and they may actually possess some of these materials. So they wanted to include that in the scope of this inquiry and this new legislation.
Because there is the possibility that there may be reverse engineered technology in private companies.
Right. Doesn't mean that they succeeded in reverse engineering, but one of the stories is, one of the allegations is, and I was supposed to meet a fellow, for example, who supposedly was in one of these aerospace companies and supposedly had been directly involved in that activity. And we were about 2 weeks away from meeting when he died, when he had a heart attack. And, can't say, whether that was true or not, but that's one of the allegations. And it makes sense because if you're the government and say you recovered some debris and there were complex components and materials, right? You wanted to keep it secret, but have world-class technicians and scientists try to understand it. It would be natural that you would go to Lockheed Martin or Raytheon.
You know what's something I didn't pick up before, and I've watched this a few times, Tupa?
What's that, man?
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I feel like he opens the door to the possibility that this dude was murdered, right? Like, he's like, this is kind of weird. It's kind of sus, right?
Absolutely. It's implied.
It's implied.
Like, there's a nefarious reason, why
But
did
then he goes right into, but I can understand why the government would do that. I never noticed that he goes right into, I can understand why the government would do that. Let's watch it one more time.
We were about 2 weeks away from meeting when he died, when he had a heart attack. And, can't say, whether that was true or not, but that's one of the allegations. And it makes sense because if you're the government and say you recovered some debris and there were complex components and materials, right? You wanted to keep it secret, but have world-class technicians and scientists try to understand it. It would be natural that you would go to Lockheed Martin or Raytheon or Grumman or something.
Kind of weird, right? I mean, I don't think he's like co-signing it. I mean, he understands. Sounds like he understands why when he left that door open. I don't know.
This is going to sound nebulous, but the comparisons I'm drawing between him and Stephen Greer right now, I never noticed how similar these two people were and how they talk and how they deliver like kind of cryptic messages. You know what I mean? Greer's a little bit more over the top, if not a lot a bit more, but there's a similarity there. Weird.
There is. Yeah, now that I'm, especially in this clip, I think, right?
Yeah, because he's like raising big alarms, right? And he maybe rightfully so, but very Greer-esque. No, this is a good clip.
Yeah, right. So I mean, it just goes to show Grush, Melon. I mean, honestly, I honestly put Amy Eskridge in the suspicious recent ufology deaths. There's a few. It still happens, dude. There's that. Yeah, there's some. I don't want to talk about, but
let's not forget the death of UCR. No, I'm playing. Probably a bad joke. The list probably goes on really far, and it's slowing down disclosure, right? How many people have been hurt? What's going on? Some people are going to consider that their own personal crusade to expose the government for these things. Historically, Red, do you have any examples of like what has happened in the past, like for war crimes or something? How are these normally treated when like new information comes to light or when things are revealed?
What do you mean? Sorry. Like, how is what treated? Like just the releasing of information? Oh, like the government doesn't want it to happen? Is that what you're kind of?
Yeah, like the stuff with like MK Ultra, like when it was disclosed that the government had all these like, you know.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like pushback and whatnot.
Was there any like lawsuits that came from MK Ultra or?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I mean, is that what he's trying to get ahead of? I don't know. To me, this reads like someone trying to get ahead of criminal activity and maybe peppering it on with some extra gumption. At least it could read like that. I'm still open. I'm 50-50 on this. I wish I could be 100% like Lou is totally being the truthful here. But we have seen him in the past, like, kind of make similar statements of, like, people are attacking my family. Like, I need my base. I need my wolf pack right now. You know what I mean? This could be a rallying thing for maybe, like, good intentions, right? Let's rally. But, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't hope, but I would hope he's not lying. Obviously, I don't hope this isn't happening to him. But it's just very strange. And are we going to see these statements like this from, like, other people? You know what I mean? Wouldn't you expect that? Do you think we're going to?
Is there any similarity between this statement and James Fox's statement?
I'm trying to... Logan sending me that audio of what Tech Tweet said. Yeah, so there's that one. But who else would you expect to say stuff like this? We covered Grush. Would Eric Davis maybe be getting threatened, do you think, within this vein?
He's so vanilla, dude. But maybe some of the people who are in the press more, who are like way in the public light. You know, you do have Nolan, you have a lot of people potentially, right? And that's where I would go. Like Mellon, you know, these guys really pushing forward. Maybe Leslie Keane, you know, people asking for these guys to slow down. I could see it. There's a pushback on this tech. It was secret for some reason.
Well, let's predict. Let's see who's psychic. Is anyone else gonna make a statement like this? Who does he identify? Against myself and several other whistleblowers formerly associated with the UAP effort. Are we gonna hear from any other of these people that? Because it sounds like if they're doing it, they're doing like a push, right? And I mean, for him to make a statement, it has to be. Like, there has to be something there that's causing it, and I would imagine whatever that is probably affecting others.
You're right, dude. I think
he literally says several others.
Mellon, Grush, Jason Sands.
Wow.
That's my guess.
I'm trying to think. Is there any other thing I wanted to play on this end?
Why release this through Good Trouble Show? So interesting.
Yeah, that is an interesting choice for sure. I mean, good for Matt Ford. I mean, he's definitely been, like I said, a mouthpiece of this group. Gary Nolan goes on there, Sean Cale, and again, I don't think that's bad. Alien Girl says, "I think Red knows what's up." Thank you, Alien Girl. Those with eyes see. I mean, I could elaborate more, but I feel like maybe we'll just leave it here for today on this one. I'm just saying I'm a little suspicious. Not gonna lie.
Lou just tweeted.
What did he tweet?
Well, TKO says Lou just tweeted. He implies it won't end well for anyone who messes with his family. Lou followed a guy twice who messed with my family. That's weird.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go on the burner account, or we're gonna have to look at this. Okay. Oh, perfect. Oh my God. Logan is Bay. Let me play the tech tweet audio.
Terrestrial says Elizondo never tweeted this himself. If not, red flag for me. Interesting.
That is a good point, Terrestrial.
UAP Mike says, "Oh snap, Panda is suspicious," which is never normal. LOL.
Okay, this is what God bless Logan. This is what Tech Tweet said in his space yesterday. And like I said, this is like honestly like a trust me bro times 2. So like, but would you rather me not share it with you? I mean, it's a pattern to tell stories.
Let the pattern let it ride. I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear this?
No.
But you can see it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'll read it.
No.
Thank you. If you guys can't tell, I'm so sick, but we're getting through the show.
Be very brief on James Fox.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Logan. God bless you.
I want to be very brief on James Fox because I haven't talked to him and I haven't told him that I was going to talk to publicly about this. But I talked to James just a couple weeks ago. And I'll tell you from my standpoint why I was talking to him. I was talking to him because I'm coordinating an interview with him prior to his release on his new film. That's why I was talking to him. And I was strategizing with him about that. Now, when his responses were very telling, and Fringe and Logan, I sent those to him only to give you guys an understanding that what I'm saying is verified, it's confirmed. But there are death threats on these UFO whistleblowers. And I'm not talking about the David Grush circle. I'm talking about in other circles too. And they're very serious. This is not something that is just people talking. You know, when we have the understanding of death threats, we're understanding a bar fight. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. You know, we don't take those as serious. No, this is on a whole new level. This is government. And we already know with congressional testimony, when David Grush and those other 2 service members was Ryan, I believe, and somebody else. Help me out, Logan. So that way the audience can look this up. Who was the 3 people?
Oh, it was Dave Fravor, David Grush, and the other guy was
So again, speaking right now, this is a little bit of a trust me, bro, but this is Tech Tweets. He's a Twitter account, news aggregator guy, reporter, journalist. He usually has pretty interesting and solid scoops on like political matters ahead of time, and every now and then he'll get some like UFO stuff. So he held a space. Some interesting things he was saying about this. Might as well just talk about it now too. This was just a small part, but he was saying that his contacts had told him that the Vatican had basically been briefing our intel agencies, which honestly makes sense when you consider they're putting out a new statement on Friday. It would make sense that they would, like on that global statement, they're probably going to let our intel agencies know a little bit more like, hey, why are you putting this out right now? Blah, 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 blah. And that there's apparently going to be some more Vatican statements coming out like in October, but this was just kind of a throwaway little exclusive that we're bringing to you. I'm not saying take it to the bank, but I do find the timing of this interesting. Let's just listen to that part again in the beginning where he talks about the threats to James Fox, because this happened yesterday, by the way. And now we have this statement from Lou, and we're going to go through Lou's Twitter feed right now. He has been retweeting the Good Trouble Show and tweeting about this stuff, so that's, I think, confirmation that he did make the statement we read and we've covered. But let's just listen to this again.
That I was going to talk to publicly about this, but I talked to James just a couple weeks ago, and
thank you, Tuba.
I'll tell you from my standpoint why I was talking to him. I was talking to him because I'm coordinating an interview with him prior to his release on his new film. That's why I was talking to him, and I was strategizing with him about that. Now, when his responses were very telling, and Fringe and Logan, I sent those to him only to give you guys an understanding that what I'm saying is verified, it's confirmed. But there are death threats on these UFO whistleblowers, and I'm not talking about the David Grush circle. I'm talking about in other circles too, and they're very serious. This is not something that is just people talking. You know, when we have the understanding of death threats, we're understanding a bar fight. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. You know, we don't take those as serious. No, this is on a whole new level. This is government, and we already know with congressional testimony, when David Grush and those other two service members was Ryan, I believe, and somebody else. Help me out, Logan. So that way the audience can look this up.
Yeah, Ryan Graves. Okay, so we got that. So that's just another data point, right? James Fox is definitely in these circles, like literally. He called him the circle recently. Let's just read it again before we go through Lou's feed, because this is just, I'm still just kind of in shock at what's going on here. Something big's happening. I think we could all agree there, right? Whether it goes one way or the other, this is a reaction to or trying to get in front of something big. To add insult to injury, I was notified yesterday that there may be a personal threat against myself and several other whistleblowers formerly associated with the UAP effort for the U.S. government. As such, I would like to make this perfectly clear to the American people. I am not prone to accidents. I am not suicidal. I am not abusing drugs. And I am not engaged in any illicit activities. If something happens to me or my family members in the future, you will know what happened. Lou Elizondo, former director, Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. So doubles down on the ATIP there too.
He's been doubling down on that.
Yeah. So let's just go through his feed real quick because he has been tweeting. And honestly, this just might be the show today because this is. Let's just keep it here. We can do some UFO clips, but
yeah, this is really important, I think, to go over. I mean, it's serious business. We got to know. We got to dive in and explore this topic. I'm glad we're able to do it. It's so weird. It's like threat level midnight out of nowhere.
Okay, there we go. I think. Yeah, cool. This is the way to do it. Okay, so this is let me see. Oh, so this is from. So yeah, yesterday he's tweeting about John Greenwald isn't blocked. Him and John Greenwald and Grant Levac, they're all doing this like weird little. Oh yeah, he's been kind of wild. Okay, let's just get to the thing from today. Sorry. It must be exhausting the mental gymnastics needed to keep certain narratives going. That's kind of a interesting tweet before these next ones. Okay. So he starts off, he retweets the Good Trouble Show. They use the classic Lou shot that everyone loves. We all love that shot of Lou, right, Tuba? Hell yeah. Somber Lou.
It's the most dramatic, dude. Like, straight out of GQ.
He retweets the episode. And he says, anyone interested in being part of an interesting conversation, joint, little typo there, Lou, not holding you to it, Matt and Ross now. Good Trouble Show, Ross Coulthard. I am listening in the chats. So, more of an endorsement of like what's going on. Somebody says, JD says, I would hate to be the person that tries to harm Lou or his family. It won't end well for anyone that tries that, in my opinion. ... And Lou says, nope. What do you think he's got planned?
Political career.
For the people.
Oh, for the attackers? If
Yeah.
someone tries to, I really don't think he's so high profile. He's so high profile. Like, why would he need to state those things? Like, if something happened to him, everyone would be, suspicious. Everyone. He's been like the guy for a hot minute, for years. He just, for the last year or so, he's been really low, like laying low.
Oh, we got breaking news right now. Let me see. Fringe, who was in the audio, we'll just put that up again.
Who was the three?
She was there. She was co-hosting with Game Tech Tweets and Logan. Lovely community member. Everyone go follow Fringe. Experiencer. She's not afraid of the darker side that a lot of people tend to stray from. Big on Carla Turner, as am I. Big on some of the more morbid, you can't really trust the entities kind of thing. So definitely a Fringe shout out. But she says, Logan and I were both sent the text from James Fox, confirming people seem to be afraid for their lives. It looked legit for whatever that's worth. So as we played in the audio, Game Tech says he was going to send confirmation of what he was saying to Fringe and Logan. And thank you again, Logan, for whipping this up for us real quick. And thank you, Fringe and Logan, for being here, and Fringe for at least adding some more context, right? So, you know what I mean? I trust Fringe. I like Fringe. I don't think she would lie about something like this. So that is interesting. What do you think about this, Tupa? Logan and I were both sent a text from James Fox confirming people seem to be afraid for their lives. It looked legit for whatever that's worth.
I don't doubt it. Fringe is straight up. Always a straight up person. And I don't doubt that they were afraid. Why they're afraid? What's the evidence that says they should be afraid? Will that ever be public? I don't know. But I hope if there's any meat on the bones that they have the right people helping them out to protect them. Because we need all these guys, regardless of what they do with their social media or without having a PR manager or something. Regardless of that, they should not be afraid for their lives because they have information. Absolutely not. Not in America. Not in America. I mean, what are they? Boeing employees? Not playing.
Do you think? I mean, should okay? Well, first off, do you think that the people that James Fox is talking about are the same people that Lou Elizondo is talking about? That's kind of we're kind of assuming that, but do you think it's a pretty good bet, or what's your thought there?
I think it's a good bet. I think that's a solid read on that for sure.
And then what was I going to say too? Darn it! Oh, do you think they should like release more information about like what exactly they're concerned about?
Yeah.
Like, one, it would allow the community, right, and like the people with the means to maybe help out. You know what I mean? Although I could understand why they would want to do ambiguity, right? I guess if like, but I don't know.
Well, why say anything at all? If they're trying to if they want to handle it like, oh, we got to just fish them out or whatever, flush them out. If we got to let the professionals deal with it, they wouldn't have mentioned it. They're mentioning it because they think whatever the threat is, by them announcing it, it'll at the very least stop, or it removes the threat and removes the advantage. Now that these guys are out here saying something's going on, if one of them turns up dead or missing, that's not going to look very good. So, some kind of insurance policy more than maybe like there's these guys here doing that thing.
Christian, we love you, bro. Christian Morales, this comment made me chuckle. Just came in. Is it cool for me to chill here today? I'm way too sensitive for Lou jokes or Lou hate today. Not today. Which is,
Damn.
I mean, that is a sentiment that gets evoked with statements like this. And that could very well be a valid sentiment, right? If something like this has happened to Lou and Lou's family and James Fox's family, like, I think, I'm not even just saying this like selfishly because like we're like a news thing and I'm curious. I actually think it would be more beneficial to their health to like put out more info. Like what is it? A certain department within the government you're concerned with? Is it, you know what I mean? Like who do you think is behind this? What is happening that's indicating you that something is happening? because that would also probably help other people who are being targeted by this, right? Like, say other whistleblowers. Hopefully, they're at least back channel doing this, but I just think more public info about this would be beneficial.
Well said. Well said. I'm loving that we have Fringed, Logan, everybody in the chat. Good to see you guys today, man.
Yeah, great to see you guys all being here, dude. What a day, huh? I mean, this was breaking news. This was a good time for us, right? It was like boom, boom, we're here talking about it. Let's see.
Thanks for timing that, Lou. Thanks for timing that, Lou and Matt Ford.
Thank you, guys.
We owe you one.
Arthur Preston, friend of the show, who hopefully will be on soon. Is James Fox being threatened? Oh wait. Oh. Is James Fox being threatened by some of the inner circle connected to Jason Sands going public? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I feel like, dude, you don't even really know who. I don't know. I guess I just revert to my old point. I want more information. I would obviously, if you're getting threatened, I'm not trying to be make it about the community, but I really think it would actually help all the people being threatened. Like, if everyone was kind of working with a better understanding of what is actually happening here. And honestly, if it is tied to some government or something like that, don't you think that would kind of help push disclosure forward? If we were to be able to point at some concrete government reprisals, you know what I mean, of these whistleblowers, I feel like that would help. What are your thoughts on that, Tupa?
It would definitely help validate their fears, and for the public, the idea that there's a real threat. You know, because it's so almost mythical, this idea of government hitmen, as best displayed in the movie Michael Clayton.
He's straight up saying someone is trying to murder me, bro. When you cut away all the, that's what he's saying, right? People are trying to murder me. Is that too far?
No, and his family. He expresses,
family.
He expresses fear, I think, of physical danger from him and his loved one, which is terrible. He shouldn't feel that way because he's what he's talking about. And I hope whoever is making these statements and making anyone feel like this sees justice, because that's crazy. What up, alien girl? Good to see you in here. It's a lively chat, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Terrestrial material. Why wouldn't Lou just tweet it himself? The exposure would be so much more than Good Trouble show, no? Again, I kind of revert back to my thing of it's interesting that we're kind of getting limited information and we're getting it via the Good Trouble show.
Yeah. Media asset of the disclosure process.
Right? I don't love Matt Ford, but I respect people that put in work, and I feel like he does put in work, right? So I'm not even hating on that, but I just, something of this level, I feel like should at least have been News Nation, right?
Well, maybe the people he chooses as outlets for himself are people who he vibes with. You know what I mean? Someone like News Nation, that might be too big. Might be too big of a platform. He doesn't really see he might be old school, right? Ma and Pa. And that actually backs up what he's done within the UFO podcast community, right? By coming into them, giving them all false information, and then watching them kind of implode, so we can cut out the people who weren't loyal to him. And then, that seems like what was happening with the podcast purge of 2020. Was it 21, 22? What was that?
22.
Yeah, that was weird. Weird times.
It was about 2 years ago this time when the Green Street question happened, and well, honestly, I think that's kind of about it for this statement.
We milked this.
I mean, I think we did a good job. We covered some of the...
You crushed it, bro. You crushed it. Yeah. Hell yes. It was just good to get all this background information on what this is, and also just to talk hypotheticals on what it could be. Again,
and I think to watch the Grush and Melon thing too, and talk about Amy Eskridge, we're totally open to this being, and honestly, if something like this was happening, I'd rally for Lou, right? Obviously, I'm a human. That's why I rally for anyone. I would hate to see anything happen to Lou or Lou's family, because I think he has done a lot of great things. So,
well, yeah, and he just seems like he's a human being. Leave Lou alone, everybody. Making someone feel that threatened that to say I'm not suicidal. I mean, I've gone through my own fair share of bullshit. I never had felt that I had to say that. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Real quick, we got a super sticker.
Nowadays I'm all about the fatty. You better get some. Too busy hating, ain't getting none. Me, I'm all about the Fetty. They getting none. Me, I'm all about the Fetty. Yeah, they ain't ready for.
Hell yeah. Sorry about the delay on that. Thank you, Alana. We delayed on that. As you know, we were on.
Have patience on me. Don't give up on me. I'm on cosmic time.
Cosmic time, baby.
I hate Skyfire News. I hate Chupacabra. I fucking hate Red Panda. And I hate Heather. Like, I genuinely hate them.
We're all going to have a beer someday.
Maybe a contact in the day. Oh, actually, I don't even know if I want to say that right now.
Yeah, we don't want to announce our whereabouts.
Yeah,
don't drop a pin. It's going to be wild.
Yeah,
out here.
so I guess prayers for Lou and his family.
Yeah,
May the truth shine through.
And to the whistleblowers out there. We, in the UFO community, I can speak for pretty much everyone I know, we want our whistleblowers to feel safe enough to come out and blow that whistle. And as far as I know, our fans, our listeners, our members, our partners, we're all down for the cause. All right. We are not down with harassment. We are not down with intimidation. We want the information to flow as the spice flows on Arrakis. So let's let that happen. All right. Let's let it happen. Thank you guys all for being here. Red, you crushed this show. I can't believe this happened right before we went on. I love it. I love it. News develops every day. As you know, it's Wednesday, May 15th. This is Skyfire News. Until next time, guys.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you guys. Bye.
This is Skyfire News, the best UFO show on the internet. Skyfire News is on the internet. Skyfire News. Skyfire News. Fire. Yes, sir. Skyfire News, the best UFO show on the internet. Skyfire News is on the internet. Turn the phone on TV, Skyfire News.
Maybe you don't see the plan or the chain of command, but there's a denying it's living. Tell me there is no order or hidden controller behind all the lying and scheming. Joe Rogan wanted to talk to Ashton, but the hate group didn't want that to happen. They all plotted and planned to control the heads of podcasters. It was a disaster. The think tank told nothing to Taco Bell and tell Rogan that the videos were bullshit. Think tank to her, nothing to call Bell to Rogan, it's bullshit. It's actually kind of strange when you think about it, because they all think the videos are real. They all think the videos are real. They all think the videos are real. Oh. It's midnight. There's a light in the sky. You hear a freaky sound as it descends to the ground. Oh, UFO. It's making a crop circle. What's this code in my room recording? It's making a crop circle. What's this code in my room recording? plant this crap. Now the stalks are bent and it smells like. What do you do when the aliens try talking to you? Oh, UFO. Crop circles in my ruined corn. Oh, UFO. It's making a crop circle. What's this code in my ruined corn? Ruined corn. Crop circles in my ruined corn. I don't know to believe. I'm left holding the floaties in this pool of water that I carried for days. The Transalons are coming, tall whites are spoken clear. There's no use in running, he's already here. Richard Doty, I can't believe a thing he told me, but I can't stop listening closely to Richard Doty. Doty never told me a thing that I didn't think was real. Hold me when I'm lonely, so I remember how you feel. Found it even when I found out she was cheating. I took the jump room to Mars. I fought a mantis with a Martian crackhead who took it too far, and watched Barron Trump take the throne on Mars from me, and went right back to Richard Doty. I can't believe a thing he told me, but I can't stop listening closely to Richard Doty. Richard Doty. Contact in the desert. Wouldn't give an icy bitch my sweater. Don't star seeds, have some kind of internal temperature regulation system or some shit. Move back, Travis Spawn. I think I'm way too high. I think I just saw Michael Ian Black in the back doing lines. Where the fuck is Kim Ball? Where the hell is Red Somersault Craft over Ashton's bed? Melinda less spaced. I got 6 green lasers and I'm pointing them in space, and I'm fucked up. And I'm fucked up. I made contact in the desert, had an alien adventure. I thought star seeds had some kind of internal temperature regulation system or some shit. And I'm way too high and I'm pecan. I'm shooting on lizards like I wish she had. Legs up to the towel, she elite curve. Gary Nolan, like me is coming through the speaker. And I'm way too high and I'm pecan. I'm shooting on lizards like I wish she had. Legs up to the towel, she elite curve. Gary Nolan, like me is coming through the speaker. And I'm way too high and I'm pecan. I'm shooting on lizards like I wish she had. Legs up, get a towel, she elite girl. Gary Nolan, block me is coming through the speaker. And I'm way too high and I'm pecan. I'm shooting on lizards like I wish she had. Legs up, get a towel, she elite girl. Gary Nolan, block me is coming through the speaker. And in contact in the desert, give an icy bitch my sweater. Those star seeds have some kind of internal temperature regulation system or some shit. Move back, Travis Swamp, nothing go way too high. Think I just saw Michael A. Black in the back doing lines. Where the fuck is Kim Ball? Where the hell is Red Somersault Craft over Ashton's bed? Melinda laser space, I got 6 green lasers, and I'm pointing in that space. And I'm fucked up, and I'm fucked up, and I'm fucked up. I made contact in the desert, and maybe anything touch her. I thought star seeds had some kind of turn up temperature, regulation system or some shit. And I'm way too high to peek and I'm shooting on lizards like that she had. Daniel, she had things that reptilians, aha, maybe not.
Now my shingles are flaring. It burns when I breathe, but there is no comparing to the shame it must feel like to simply be daring. Read, oh Lord, why did you make Darren Reed? Darren used his ex-wife to execute a plan to remove the children from a woman who dared to take a stand for something she believed in. Let me tell you something.